Hey y'all, it's Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. Today we're doing something a little bit different again. We're going to look at acetate and see, will it stencil? If y'all have ever seen Good Mythical Morning, I'm kind of borrowing their idea to see if different types of substrates and surfaces will allow a stencil. And of course you can do a bunch of different things with a stencil. You can put a lot of different mediums through a stencil. You can emboss with it, heat emboss, not heat emboss, but dry emboss with pressure. So we're just going to play. So this is a pack of acetate. You saw that it was on clearance. It's a pack of, I don't even know how many sheets anymore, but I got 2 of them from Michael's while they were on clearance. They were regularly, I think, 12 bucks. I got them for 3. So I have loads of acetate. So I thought, let's give it a shot. So it's a 12 by 12 sheet. I'm cutting it down into 6 by 6 squares, and I actually end up with a 5th one. So acetate, will it stencil with Decofoil Transfer Gel Duo? Let's give it a shot. Can you foil on acetate? Has anyone tried it? I've not tried it. I don't know. I'm just playing, and that's what I want to encourage you to do. If you don't know, pull it out and give it a try. You won't know until you know, and you won't know if you don't give it a try. That's part of the creative process, guys. Play. Pull out your stuff and play. Take the time to just dig in and find out what works. There, ooh, that looks really cool, doesn't it? I love it. And again, that is the Decofoil Transfer Gel Duo. Of course, I had to go clean my stencil off. I clean it between each medium, and then I set it aside to dry. I think it's actually a full day, maybe a day and a half, between when I laid these mediums down and when I came back to review them. So this, of course, is the Distress Texture Paste in Crackle. So will it stencil? Of course it's going to stencil. It's going to go through the stencil itself, right? But is it going to adhere? I feel like it has some glue in there, so we'll see. I don't know. And so next I knew that I wanted to ink blend. Can you ink blend on acetate? No. So take those basic knowledge that you have about different mediums and what works, what doesn't, what adheres, what doesn't, what needs tooth, what doesn't, and of course ink needs some tooth. So there I'm laying down some gesso, just clear gesso, and then I will ink blend over that, or at least try. Can you ink blend over gesso on acetate? Let's wait and see. So now I have the Nouveau glitter paste. This is just silver. I'm sure it has a different name, silver gem, but that is incredible. And that, again, I know it has some glue in it, so I'm thinking that will work, but we'll see. We set it aside to dry, go clean the stencil again, and now I'm like, well, I've been playing with these mica stains, let's give it a shot. Can you spray a mica stain through a stencil? Absolutely. Will it adhere to the acetate substrate and not just rub off? That's the question. Because again, I know these have a little type of adhesive to them, but what the chemical makeup is, I don't know. And even if I did, I'm no chemist, but I know a few basics, right? I'm no dummy. None of us are dummies. We know a little bit. So just apply it to your crafting. What do you know? What don't you know? So I just sprayed a little bit. I have the broken broomstick, flickering candle, and jack-o'-lantern, and trying to keep it simple. Did it spray through? Yeah. Is it sticking? Yeah. Will it ever dry? That remains to be seen. So here we start with the gesso. This is, again, at least 24 hours. It may be 2 full days later. So the gesso adhered, and now we will have to set it aside because we want to see if everything adhered or not, and then we will put it through, or put some ink blending through it. So here is the Crackle Paste. You see it crackling off, right? It's a really cool effect, but it did not stick. I don't throw many things away. I end up throwing that one away, sadly, because I really like the Crackle Paste. I dumped it off just to see what would stay and what wouldn't, but I think because it doesn't have the grit and the glue that like a glitter gel does, it just didn't work. But the glitter gel certainly did, and it maintained that flexibility. And this is the Transfer Gel Duo. Loving that. So I'm hoping to run that through and put the foil on it. But this, no. At least 24, maybe 48 hours later, is still tacky and wet. So we'll see what we can do with that. But did it stencil on acetate? No, not at all. All right, so let's use some pressure. I wasn't sure about putting acetate through my laminator. I'll give that a try on another day. But today I'm just going to use my die cut machine, my Sizzix Big Shot, and then pull them apart. I just used some notebook paper to be like the little carrier sheet because I didn't have one. So let's peel it apart. Let's see what we got. Oh my gosh. Now there are a few spots that didn't quite adhere where my my Transfer Gel Duo was not level. Even though I took that Stencil Buddy or Stencil Pal, it still wasn't quite level in all spots. But I just lay down some excess and burnish it down, and it sticks. So will acetate stencil and have foil adhere? Absolutely. Now I've not made cards out of these. I'm just playing. I'm just experimenting. But yes, that works. So while I've got my Big Shot nearby, I decide I'm going to see if I can do like a mono print with this, because it's a cool pattern. I love the splatter. I love that you can see the pattern of the stencil, the tangled web stencil on there. So again, I use that notebook paper as kind of a carrier sheet, and I just run it through back and forth. And then let's pull it out and take a look. Let's see what that does. So this isn't stenciling, this is mono printing, but I wanted to see what I could get. Now that's really cool, isn't it? I can use that. But look at all that's still on there, and it's still tacky. That's when I touched it to my finger, it was still tacky. So what do I know about this medium? Well, it reacts with water. So let's put some water on there and see if we can get another print. See what happens. I don't know. Let's just give it a shot and see. Roll it through, roll it back, do the reveal. What happens? Wah, wah, wah. That was ineffective. So I've got a fun colored background. I can still stencil on that. I can still use it for other things. We'll see what happens. So now here's the gesso panel. I knew that I wanted to do some ink blending. So I have a variety of shades of black and gray and different purples, and I ink blended right over that gesso. And it looks kind of cool. I like it. So I'm touching my finger to it. Is it dry? Is it gonna dry? There on the edge it's wet because there was no gesso for it to adhere to, but the rest of it is dry. And so I can make a cool card out of these. I think I might make shakers out of all of these. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm liking it. So that's the gesso with the ink blending. This is the Nuvo glitter paste. I love it. This might be my favorite actually. And then that is the Decofoil Transfer Gel Duo and some foil. Absolutely beautiful. And again, I got it to adhere by putting it through the Big Shot, so it was the pressure. Now this again is the texture paste in Crackle, and sadly, because it didn't have the tooth, didn't have any glue in it, and again, I'm no chemist, I'm not sure what all these are made of. I was hoping that it might have the tooth, or because it has the grit that it might have the tooth and it might have some glue in it, but I was wrong. But again, I wouldn't know till I tried. And of course the mica stains did not adhere. So thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs down. So overall, guys, acetate, will it stencil? Yeah, it sure will. It just depends on what you put through it. So let me encourage you to pull out your stuff, pull out your stencils, your stamps, whatever, play, figure out what works and what doesn't. And I'm going to try to do this every month with a different stencil, different mediums, different substrates, and just play. If you guys like this video, of course, I'd ask you to give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you're alerted every time I post something new. And for now, guys, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy. Thanks. I'm out.